A local doctor throws his hat in the ring for the Indiana State Representative District 63 seat. The Heartland Half Marathon is Sunday. 8th District Congressman Larry Bouchon is featured in our WJTS Inform segment. And in sports with Kurt Guxell, IU starts its football season with a victory. These stories and more coming up in 18 WJTS News. This is the WJTS News. I'm Bill Potter, sitting in for Bradford Raths. A Jasper doctor says he's interested in the Indiana State Representative District 63 seat. 59-year-old Dr. Richard Moss announced his candidacy to represent the district, which covers parts of DuBois, Davies, Martin, and Pike counties. Moss has been in practice as an ear, nose, and throat surgeon since 1991 after graduating from Indiana University and the IU School of Medicine. Moss has offices in Jasper, Washington, and Tell City, and is an active member of the medical staffs at Memorial Hospital in Jasper and Davies Community Hospital in Washington. In announcing his candidacy, Moss says he wishes to continue the current State Representative Mark Messmer's footsteps of conservative representation. Messmer will not be seeking re-election. Instead, Mark Messmer announced back in May he will be vying for the Indiana State Senate District 48 seat, currently held by Lyndall Hume, who will be stepping down. Moss says his campaign will be focused on conservative leadership that puts the people of southern Indiana before the special interest of Indianapolis. He says as a local doctor, he's in touch with hundreds of local citizens every week and focuses on listening to their needs and concerns. Moss is married with 4 children, 2 of whom are attending IU this fall. Jasper businessman Mike Braun announced his candidacy for House District 63 back in June. An Iowa woman wanted on a warrant in that state was arrested Thursday afternoon in the vicinity of Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper for providing police with false identification. Around 2:40 p.m., an officer with the Jasper Police Department was conducting a welfare check on a female subject at the corner of 9th and MacArthur Streets, just a block east of the hospital. The woman initially identified herself to the officer as Mona Lisa Roberts, both verbally and with a photo ID. An investigation by police determined that the woman's real identity was 54-year-old Geraldine Brewer of Des Moines, Iowa. As it turned out, Brewer was wanted on a warrant out of Iowa and admitted to police that was the reason indeed she lied about her name. Brewer was charged with identity deception and was to be extradited to Iowa after answering to local charges. Brewer was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. A Birdseye woman was transported to and treated at Memorial Hospital in Jasper after a one-vehicle accident on the north side of Ferdinand Thursday afternoon. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says 44-year-old Jill Wright of Birdseye was traveling northbound on Club Road, just a half-mile north of State Road 64 in Ferdinand, when deputies say she entered a curve, lost control, overcorrected, and went off the road to the right. Authorities say the left front of her vehicle struck a guardrail end, overturned, and came to rest on its top in a large creek. Wright was entrapped in her vehicle until first responders were able to extricate her. Wright was taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper for treatment after complaining of pain to her left ankle. The roadway along Club Road was closed for about 45 minutes while the scene was cleared. Wright's car was a total loss and no charges were filed. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department was assisted at the scene by Memorial EMS, the Ferdinand Police Department, and Ferdinand First Responders. The second annual Heartland 5K and Half Marathon Run and Walk will take place this Sunday, September 1st in Jasper. The race already has attracted more than 300 participants from 7 states. Both races are scheduled to begin at 7:30 a.m. on the 3rd Avenue Bridge over the Patoka River and will finish at the Riverwalk Plaza. Registrations for the races are being accepted until Saturday, August 31st at heartlandhalfmarathon.com. The registration fee for the half marathon is $70. The 5K registration fee is $25. Pre-registrants for both races will receive technical shirts, and the first 500 half marathon runners who register will also receive running hats along with additional race gifts. New this year for the half marathon runners will be chip timing. For more race details, go to the website heartlandhalfmarathon.com. 2 nurses at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center have received national recognition for a significant career milestone. Martha Bickwermert and Darlene Gefrich have both received recognition for maintaining continuous certification under the Critical Care Registered Nurse (CCRN) program for 20 years. The program is offered through the American Association of Critical Care Nurses. Bickwermert and Gefrich are 2 of just under 1,500 registered nurses across the country that are being honored this year by the corporation, along with the AACN for 20 years of being certified continuously. There are currently more than 63,000 nurses worldwide who specialize in care for adult, pediatric, and/or neonatal patients that are CCRN certified. Bickwermert is the current director of the cardiopulmonary services for Memorial Hospital, while Gefrich is a registered nurse in the cath lab. The city of Cannelton is dealing with concerns over potential new signage in the city. At a recent city council meeting, Cannelton Mayor Mary Snyder presented a memo from the Indiana Department of Transportation proposing 16 new signs to be added along State Road 66 in the town. 13 of the new signs will be for no parking here to corner signs, and the other 3 would limit parking to disabled people only. Snyder says each of the proposed signs and changes would be carefully looked at before the city responded to the request from NDOT. The signs are not wanted by the city because it would make things more confusing for residents. If approved, all signs would be placed on the south side of the road. It is the hope of the city of Cannelton that the changes would be instead to be implemented would be with pavement markings. The next step of the process is for the state to determine a time frame for any work that will take place. Indiana State Police and Freedom Bank's security staff are warning the public that a scammer has used the bank's toll-free number as a caller identification to help obtain banking account information. Freedom Bank officials say the bank's Huntingburg location received a call asking for the toll-free number Wednesday. A couple of minutes later, a customer from Dale advised he had received a call from the toll-free number asking for his account information, but the caller advised it was the Bank of America calling. Since the caller ID showed Freedom Bank, the victim went ahead and provided his information. Officials say the bank responded by closing the compromised account. Freedom Bank says they do not phone customers for their financial information. If such a call is received, folks are advised to simply hang up. State Police at the Jasper Post encourage residents to not divulge personal information to anyone or any company that they have not personally dealt with in the past and know to be legitimate, or that they cannot verify by other means as being legit. Officials with the town of Ferdinand have announced that the boil order for the residents living along Missouri Street from West 11th to West 13th Streets that had been in effect for the past couple of days has now been lifted. The order was issued on Wednesday after a water main break was discovered on Tuesday afternoon, but it is now lifted. Possible storms on the way, followed by a cooling trend in the area. Weather is next on 18 WJTS News.